This is, to me, this is the holy grail of differential from crypto, specifically Bitcoin, to US dollars or currency as we know it today. The way that it works, for those that aren't familiar, is that there will be 21 million Bitcoin ever mined. And as we get halfway, which the first stop was 10 and a half, and then another half and another half and another half, every time we get halfway there, the reward for creating the next block of Bitcoin on the blockchain transaction is cut in half as well. So producers, you've probably seen them on the news with these giant ant miners. A lot of them are down there in Texas. And it's amazing because whenever the power grid is struggling, they just turn off. They help out the government. They help out the state. Like, it's not a burden to the power grid, as most people talk about. But they're running these giant ant miners to try to solve the next algorithmic mathematical computation in order to earn that reward of that block. And so energy required is huge. The first Bitcoins could be mined on a laptop. You didn't need as much CPU. Now you need giant rooms like supercomputers. And so the cost, energy going up, as well as hardware to do it going up. And for every time they win that block, the reward now got cut in half again. It was 50, then 25, 12 and a half. I think it's now 6 and a quarter or 3. And I don't want to misquote, but you get the idea. You're getting less and less reward for doing it. This is in direct contrast to what we know as currency in the United States. If we go back to since the Nixon shock of taking us off the gold standard, through getting through the OPEC years, getting through, there was a lot of stimulus printing that took place to get us through 2000 and 2001. And then obviously a lot happened in 2008 with the housing crisis and the Great Recession. And then it just went on steroids with what happened with COVID, right? The $1 trillion budgets we're talking about. And so instead of what we do in the U.S. is we reward producers of money. The Federal Reserve is appointed by elected officials who get reelected every 4 years. While we're taking away from producers, as Americans, we're actually rewarding producers. Everybody knows that people vote with their pocketbook. They've been doing it forever. And if they feel better than they did the year before, the chance of whoever's in charge will stay in charge or get elected because it's not good the other way. So we're producing this just immense amount of unprecedented amount of money and currency. M1 supply is just taking off right now. And crypto, and meanwhile, is saying, no, we're the opposite. We're actually going to make it tougher to make this money because this is our anti-inflationary hedge.